Bonjour, Emily Talpin, I'm System Ambassador in the US. Welcome back to the channel. Today I should actually just only speak in French to you guys, seulement en français. Okay, maybe not. But why? Because I am in Quebec, in Canada, and I'm taking you with me to explore Tadoussac and the fjords all around Tadoussac. It's gonna be very fun. So let's get started. So for this trip, I decided to go light. I'm using the OM1 Mark II. I have my 150-400 and I have a new camera. I actually bought a Pen F from Hans. I will do a full review of this older camera in a few weeks. I think it would be a perfect camera to travel and I will explain why. I know it might make no sense for most of you, but I want to tell you why I think the Pen F is actually still a really amazing camera. Right now I'm using my Fjällräven little bag, and my goal is to do landscape, but also I wanted to photograph the whales. I went on a whale tour. I was lucky because we actually saw a lot of beluga, no great photos, but it was still fun to observe them because they are an endangered species. So yeah, we were very lucky. We saw a lot of groups of belugas in the fjord and also in the Saint Laurent. And the most amazing experience we had, actually, we saw a minke whale, but just from far and only just going down, so it didn't resurface, so no photos. But we did see falcon peregrine. There are actually a couple of nesting falcon peregrine in the fjord, and it was so fun to see them. I was in front of the boat and I could see a bird perch far away, and then with my 150-400 I could tell that it was a falcon, and it actually had caught a gull and it was fighting with another falcon and they were just fighting over that gull. There were a couple of seals as well and they scared them in the water. It was quite the scene. So it was really an amazing moment, and I was lucky enough that I had the 150-400 and I was able to capture that because they were quite far away. So that's why for me I always take the 150-400. Right now we're actually in the Saguenay, in the park, in the national park. We're going on a small hike. We did a really long hike yesterday, so it's so hot. It's so hot here and it was hard. We slept maybe for 12 hours. So now going back on a smaller hike, I also was able on the other side of the park to shoot some rough grouse. It was a female with a couple of babies. They were pretty relaxed. My wife actually nearly stepped on it because it's really hard to see when you are walking because they are the same colors of the path. So that's the photo that I took of the rough grouse. I like that I was able to frame it with all the greenery around it, and those are the babies. They're pretty fun. They're really cute. So that was a good encounter. And life on the camper has been working well. We had delicious breakfast. I find out that there is something called overnight oat milk. It's so easy. It's you take a jar, you put half of oat and half of oat milk, and you let it in your fridge, and in the next morning it's ready to eat. Is there anything simpler than this to eat? I don't think so. It's actually pretty good. You can add a couple of fruits. I had some raspberries. So good. So that has been my morning breakfast and I really enjoyed it. And right now we're gonna go in the park and see what we can find and do a little hike and just continue on our way to the fjord. So let's go. said during that trip, I mostly used the 150-400 and my OM1 Mark II. It was great to have it for wildlife, as I already showed you, and having it on the boat, I really needed that distance. As I said, we didn't see many whales, a lot of belugas, but not great photos. It was just too foggy, and so it was very hard to be able to see the whales because the vision was so limited. I mean, you can see in this photo of the Zodiac with clients there in the fog. So it was impossible. The boat company did a great job trying to find us some whales, but it was really not the best conditions. But we got to observe a lot of birds like the guillemot, the loons, and here you have one who is trying to take off. So I still got some fun shots, but as I said earlier, I took the Pen F. I got it from Hans. Fun camera, and I'll tell you everything about this camera in a future video. I need to use it a little longer. Why did I take this camera? Because it's so small and it has some features that are really cool, and everybody has been talking about it. So I need to understand what is the deal with this Pen F, you know, and I decided that I would take it with me on this tour because I wanted to take more like a street photos. I know that OM system is focusing a lot on nature, but to me, like nature traveling, it's the same, right? I want to take images of my trip. I want to remember some specific moment, and having this small camera has been really fun. And there is a little button here, and I put it on mono to get black and white images. I don't know why. I feel like this trip for me was black and white. That's what I wanted to shoot. I want to do a little bit more black and white, and so I just wanted to capture some moment like here, you know, boat coming into the port, the landscape. All this was very black and white, and I really enjoy being able to just at the switch of a button being able to see in black and white. And so those two cameras work very well for me. If I only had one camera, I wouldn't probably not have changed my lens and then changed my 150-400 for a shorter lens to do landscape. I'd done some landscape with the 150-400. It's a great landscape lens as well, but sometimes, I mean, you need to have a wider field of view, right? So for me, the 12-40 was perfect. That's what I used, and that's how I got all those images. Now, I hope you enjoy coming with me on this trip to Quebec, and if you haven't checked Tadoussac and the Wells, you really should. It's such a beautiful area, super friendly people. Really enjoy my time there, and I'll probably be back to Canada in a few weeks, and I'll take you along with me because there's just so much to see, right? There's so much to see in the US as well, but I want to explore a couple of places, maybe Cap Breton, Nova Scotia. So if you have any tips, just let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you recommend if you've been there already. And until then, I want to thank you again for all your support. If you're not a subscriber, well, it is never too late. You can click on the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when my videos are coming out. And I also want to tell you that I've started expanding with my photography, and I've started to offer online Zoom tutoring, coaching, I should say, whatever you want to call it. And it's accessible via my website, so I'm going to put the link below if you are interested in setting up your new camera, in getting some feedback. Then let me know. I can do a Zoom session with you, and I'm also going to offer some half a day, 1 day with me in Lincoln, New Hampshire, or around Lincoln, New Hampshire. So if you have specific target, things you want to do, like right now, I am spending all my time in all the local gardens because the macro has been amazing. It's July, August are some of my favorite time to go and photograph and get those poppy colors and those insects. Oh my god, it's been just such a treat every day to go out and find some macro subject. So whatever you want to do, just let me know, get in touch with me, and we'll set up something that will work out for you. And I want to make sure that you reach your goal as a photographer. I've been doing a couple of those already with a few clients, and it's been so fun. I really enjoy it. So I hope that if you're interested, you contact me. And I want to thank you again for all your support. I will see you next week. Until then, happy shooting! Au revoir!